James Pelton here. Do you know what asset class has created the most millionaires in the United States? Let me see if you know. Comment down below. Hey, that kind of rhymed. If YouTube doesn't work out, definitely going into rapping. Well, the answer is real estate. Real estate has made more millionaires in the United States than any other asset class, any other type of investment. But the problem with real estate. So when I sold my business in 2020, I had a bunch of capital to play around with. And I thought, well, what do I do with this? And I've, seen on the movies, become a real estate mogul. I've always wanted to be a mogul of some kind. What exactly is what's the actual definition of a mogul? Aren't those the things that you go when you're skiing, you go between? Aren't those moguls? An important or powerful person. Oh yeah, mogul, a bump on a ski slope. All right. Well, we're talking about this type of mogul, an important or powerful person. But I want to become a real estate mogul. So I started buying some rental properties and right away ran into the headaches that I'm sure if you've ever done anything in real estate, you know what the headaches are. First off, it was hard to find people. I had this, building to rent out. And I just thought, people will magically just show up and go in there and start paying me rent. And it'll be great. But nobody came. And I was like, okay, how do I fill this building? Now I'm just losing money. Also, don't get me started on the paperwork. Just to get my property, I had to take off like 3 full days of work. I spent 3 full days dedicated just to the paperwork involved in getting this property. Then I finally found a tenant and, things were okay. But then I start getting calls. I've got a leaky roof. And I thought, I didn't know it was going to be my job. I didn't sell my business so that I could go fix leaky roofs. Then about 6 months in, they didn't pay their rent on time. And I thought, now I'm a collections guy as well. So I thought, okay, well, let's hire a property manager. That'll make this easier. So I started paying a whole bunch of money to this property manager. Then they did a terrible job. And then I had to spend a few days shopping around for the best property manager. Not to mention, this isn't very scalable because I had to put $50,000 down on that first property. So I ended up doing 3 properties and then I got out of it. This is not working for me. And I found my way over to crypto. And crypto was a lot more my style. I'm a tech guy. Crypto doesn't call you at 2 a.m. with a leaky faucet. So what if you could combine the investment class of real estate, the investment security of real estate, but combine it with the ease of crypto? And that's where we find Landshare. They're doing just this, combining crypto with real estate. So if you're wanting to start building real financial freedom in a secure asset class like real estate, but you want the ease of crypto, let's check out Landshare. So Landshare has basically taken the best parts of real estate, the best parts of crypto, put them together, and then the bad parts of crypto and the bad parts of real estate they've left out. And the way that they're tokenizing real estate, which I'll talk about here in a minute, you can actually get started. You don't have to have, $118,000 to buy this property here. You can buy a portion of it. It's tokenized. So you can get in with just, $500, but you still get the upside as the property appreciates. You get those returns. So the first thing you have to do is you do need to be KYC'd. Just know your customer. Now, they don't just want random Joe Schmoes getting into this. You have to verify that you're a real person. That helps keep scammers out. In general, crypto people don't care about scammers. Like if you want to buy the token, you're a scammer, that's great. But when you're dealing with real world assets like real estate, it's important that you don't have bad actors in there. So you have to do a KYC. And then their main token is called LSRWA, which Landshare Real World Asset. And you buy these LSRWA tokens with a combination of USDC, so stablecoin, and land token. And that's kind of the main token of this ecosystem is land. It's their utility token. And one cool thing is the land that you use here to buy your A tokens is burned. So this keeps land deflationary as it's burned for people to get into the A tokens. And then you just sit back and you get your return. You can look here in the past year, notice this. And then you're going to get return from rental income. People are paying to use these properties. And then there's also just the appreciation return. So now this is not, crypto 1,000% returns. This is closer to traditional where you might get, 14% return. But again, in a much safer asset class. And you get exposure to real estate you don't have to do any maintenance calls. You can just buy this token and then you're done. No bank, no anything else. And comment down below your worst real estate story. I just want to hear what's happened to you guys. So you can just buy the token and hold it. You'll get some return. You can get more return if you stake your tokens in their vault. So you're providing liquidity for the ecosystem. So you'll get, again, we're not looking at 1,000%. We're looking at 12, 11%. But as an investor, these are the types of numbers that you should be excited about. If you see something that says 1,000% return, I mean, if you want to play casino, that's fine. I understand. Crypto Jimbo is alive and well. But as an investor, these are the types of numbers that are reasonable that you're looking to get. So they also have these bonus NFTs. And these, I don't believe these do anything in the real world. They're just a way to provide utility for the tokens so that people have things to do with it other than just sell it. But these different NFTs, you can get lumber, brick, concrete, steel. You can get a lumber mill, a wind farm. They've kind of gamified it, but it's just a way to boost your earnings. And it's actually kind of fun. I like themed things like this. I'm a sucker for themed things. So then Landshare has a DAO as well, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So basically, if you're a token holder, then you are making the decisions for the future of the product. So here's different proposals that they have. And if you're a token holder, then you get to cast votes on these things to decide. So another cool aspect is their lending protocol. So their lending protocol, if you have land or LSRW tokens and you need some capital for something, maybe you have an unexpected expense or you want to buy a golf simulator. I just got a golf simulator. I've got the golf bug. I'll have to talk about it sometime. But if you want some capital, but you don't want to sell your tokens, you can use your tokens as collateral and take out a loan to use. Now, you want to be a little careful because if the price of the token goes down too low, below the collateral level that you need for the loan you have, you're going to get liquidated, which means they're going to sell all your tokens at a big loss to repay your loan. So you want to be careful with things like this, but I like that you have an option. If you want to just hold on to, 10K worth of A tokens and you just want to get, your 15% a year on that, but you still want access to the capital, you can take out a loan with that LSRW token as collateral. Very cool. So if you've thought about getting into real estate, but you don't want the hassle, if you've been in crypto, but you don't like the volatility, perhaps Landshare is for someone like you. And I love how easy it is to get started. Sometimes when I'm doing crypto stuff, it's like, oh, how do I explain how to get going? But with this, it's real easy. Honestly, easiest thing, just buy A tokens and sit back. You don't have to do anything else. You might as well, if you're going to hold on to it, you might as well throw it into one of the vaults. Usually the return is kind of relative to the risk. I'm not going to get into liquidity pool mechanics right now, but for example, this one has a little bit higher APR, but there's a slight risk of impermanent loss because you're pairing land with BNB. So it's just, it's risk reward ratios. That's all that this is. So if you're wanting to get started, first off, do your own research. Hop on here, read through the white paper. Don't put in a significant amount of money based on a 5-6 minute video from a random redheaded YouTuber. Do your own research. Make sure you're comfortable with what you're doing. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Hop into their Telegram. Ask your questions. Ask the hard questions. Tell them you want to fly out to see some of the properties to make sure they're real. I would love that. Then you can buy some A tokens, which is just kind of be a low, steady uptrend. Or you can mess around with the land token. It's down a bit this week. It's going to be a lot more volatile. So again, if Landshare takes off, the token's going to take off. If Landshare doesn't do much, the token's going to go down. So that's a little bit more volatility, but I know you guys. I know some people are going to be interested in this as well. Then again, if you're sitting on it, go ahead and throw it in the vaults. If you need some access to liquidity, you can access the lending protocol to get that. And then if you want to, hop into the NFTs. Run some math. See if that's going to be worth it for you to boost your earnings. But I hope you found this interesting. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you burned out on crypto? I appreciate you guys watching each and every day. God bless you all and have a great rest of your day.